everybody, how's it going? And welcome to my review of Frozen 2, obviously the sequel to 2013's smash Disney hit Frozen. So in this sequel we learn that there is an enchanted forest to the north of Arendelle, and there's this kind of like a curse that's been put on it. There's a gigantic mist that's covering everything, and there's a voice that is singing out to Elsa. And being that it's a really annoying voice that's preventing her from going to sleep, she decides to go and investigate this thing. And so she learns that there's a tie-in with her family history, and the bonds of sisterhood between Elsa and Anna are tested this time around in what is kind of a bit of a darker story than the first one. So back when Frozen came out, that was a movie I didn't expect to like, mainly because when I first went and saw it, I had no idea what it was about. I actually thought it was like a kiddies film about a talking snowman, but I walked away from that film absolutely loving it because it was just so rich with kind of old-fashioned storytelling. I thought it was brilliantly written. I thought the characters were so memorable. The songs were great. I mean, you know, Let It Go was just such a smash hit to the point where we're all sick of it now. And this movie even kind of takes a little jab at that, which I thought was clever. And so I always thought, yeah, you know, it was gonna be a tough act to follow. And one thing I've always said about sequels is, of course, that it's got to be a bigger movie. It's got to do things better. You've got to go deeper into the characters and learn new things. And yeah, this sequel just didn't quite tick those boxes for me. Not so much about the characters, like we did go a little bit further into Elsa and Anna. Not so much the rest of the characters like Kristoff and Olaf, although Olaf was a bit different this time. But in terms of the actual story, for me personally, I don't think it did go bigger and better. Mainly because it just fell a little flat for me in that there's no real antagonist in the film. There is kind of a, you know, like I said, there's this curse that they have to go and try and eliminate, but it didn't feel that threatening. Like, you know, it's a mist. Hey, I'll just open this window. Oh, there's a fog. Shit. I mean, at least in the first film, like, yeah, there was a bad guy, and yeah, just, I don't know, that worked a little bit better for the dramatic tension. Like this one, it did have elements of dramatic tension, mainly because of things that happened between Elsa and Anna, which I'm not going to spoil. But just overall, the sense I got from this movie was that it was kind of like one of those direct-to-video Disney sequels like we had with movies like Aladdin and The Lion King, etc., where, yeah, we had these sort of spin-off movies that went straight to video. It just kind of felt more like one of those. I just felt like a movie like Frozen that was so acclaimed and such a rich story, it deserved something better for the sequel. Now, that's not by any means to say this was a bad movie. Like, there were a lot of things I did like. I mean, the animation was absolutely fantastic. The voice acting was bang on. The whole movie just looked incredible. Like, I didn't dislike it, but I just really expected more from it. And not only that, like, as far as the songs, none of them really grabbed me either. Maybe it's a case of you got to see the movie a couple of times, but yeah, I was even by the end sort of wondering which one was going to be the Oscar-nominated song, because yeah, nothing really spoke to me the way that Let It Go did. Or even Do You Want to Build a Snowman? That was a fun song. But there was one musical number in particular that really felt out of place for me. It wasn't so much the song, even though the song, yeah, was a little off, but it was almost like a really bad 80s power ballad music video. Something, I don't know, it reminded me of maybe like Chicago or something. And while I found it funny, it just really felt out of place in the movie and took me right out of the story because it just, yeah, like I said, it felt like a contemporary music video. I kind of thought maybe they should have stuck that, like, if they wanted that idea, if they really had to go with it, they maybe should have put it in the end credits as kind of a joke or something. And realistically, that's about all I've got to say about the movie, because there wasn't anything that I particularly disliked about it, but at the same time, there wasn't really anything that impressed me all that much either. That being said, yeah, I thought it was a little above average. Like, I mean, would I own it? I don't know. I probably would, like, just because I would probably like to see it in 3D, so maybe down the track when it's cheaper, I'll probably buy it, but yeah, I don't know. It didn't really win me over that much, so I'm going to give Frozen 2 a 6 out of 10. Yeah, like I said, it was an above average movie, only slightly. Like, it's not the sort of movie I'm probably going to forget. I'll probably remember the story. It just didn't really do much for me, that's all. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my review of Frozen 2, and if you've seen Frozen 2, I'd love to know what you guys thought of it. And I know there's a few mixed opinions out there, like I have heard some people enjoyed it more than the first one, so if you're one of those people, fire away, let me know what you thought of it. So drop me some comments either here, Facebook or Twitter, all the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies and I would love to talk about movies with you. Catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.